everyone, welcome to the American University of Rome. I'm Melissa Abraham, I'm a good admissions counselor here at AUR. I'm from Argentina, but I was born and raised in Turkey. This is my colleague Nohea, she's from Hawaii. She's also an admissions counselor.
Hi.
Sorry, you want to say a few words?
No, I just wanted to say welcome to everybody here joining us for the presentation today. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them on our chat. Adrian, who's behind the scenes, will be able to convey those to us, and we'll answer as many questions as we can.
Hi there, I'm Adrian. I'm the disembodied voice of the night. Feel free to ask any questions on College Week Live, and I'll pass them on as soon as I can.
We have Alex here, who is French-Canadian, who will share his story with us today. Alex, what is the one piece of advice that you will give to students that are about to arrive to the American University of Rome?
One piece of advice, I would say to bring your pillow, very important thing, bring your own pillow along with your sleeping bag, because yes, it could get chilly sometime at night. And I don't know, like bring food. I'm Canadian, so I brought maple syrup when I got here. It's, for example, there's no peanut butter in Italy, so sometimes it's difficult to find things that you're so used to back in America, Canada, America.
Sure. Well, what's your favorite thing about the city?
Favorite thing about the city? I'm not very cliche, but the food. I love it. I just love the atmosphere. People are very, very friendly. It's a beautiful city. I came here last summer actually, and I don't know, I told myself I was going to move here one day.
And you did.
And I did.
Yay. So how long do you have left here at AUR before you graduate?
Before I graduate, actually I came here as a study abroad, but I loved it so much that I'm actually doing everything I can with Melissa to transfer here and stay until December 2014.
Good. And have you found the transition easy?
I have. It's staff is awesome.
We always like hearing that.
It's a very small school.
Speaking of transfers, actually we've got a question about college credit for transferring students. Does AUR accept college credit from accredited US colleges?
Yes, we do. Any academic course obtained with a grade of C or above may transfer to your program here at AUR.
All right.
Thank you for your question, Michael.
Well done. All right, sorry, go ahead.
All right.
So, what do you think your favorite course has been so far?
Well, it's only my first semester here, so I think I'd go with Renaissance and Baroque with Professor Borghese. She is very, very friendly. It's an on-site class, so every Monday morning we meet up different places in Rome and we visit churches, parks, piazza. There's no better way to visit the city and learn about those great painters and artists than to actually be there.
Walk all over the city looking at what you're reading about.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I mean, it's really one of the ways you get outside of the classroom and you get to see things firsthand. That's one of the strong points about our university, I believe. So, do you travel much?
I do. I went to Oslo during the fall break and then to France. I went to Vienna for one, there are one credit courses, and in one of those was going to, we have to go to Vienna. She was here with me. And it was awesome really. We got to, got fun, we partied a little bit, we went to museums, and I recommend really. It's traveling. Rome is in the center of Europe. It's very, very cheap to travel, so yeah, I do.
Yeah, so in addition of taking 15 semester credits, attending classes, students can also take 1 credit academic field trips where they visit, like Alex said, where they go to Vienna, or where they can go to maybe Kosovo, Northern Ireland. You can also go to Geneva and, earn personal experience as well.
And
There's also the GON program.
That's true.
Yes.
Program as well. And in order to actually get that 1 credit, at the end of the 3-day trip, you're required to do a paper or a presentation, depending on the professor.
Super long paper.
Sorry?
Super long paper.
Super long paper, but it was totally worth it, right?
It was.
Okay, good. So, how have you found Rome incorporated into your major? You talked a little bit about doing the 1 credit course, you talked a little bit about doing the on-site classes.
Well, like I said, I came here as a study abroad, and I'm transferring here. So my program back home is called International Studies and Modern Languages, but you guys don't have that here. So I would transfer into the interdisciplinary studies, and I think it's a great program because I was able to transfer most of my credits, and that means I'm only going to stay an extra semester, and I'm 21 years old, so what's an extra semester before graduating? So,
Absolutely.
Okay, well, thanks, Alex.
that's it. Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you for
Thank you
sharing
very
your
much.
story.
Thank you.
Should we call Israel next?
Absolutely. So our next student, Isra, is studying abroad here for a semester. Hopefully we can convince her to transfer over as well. Welcome, Isra.
Hi.
Do you want to just talk a little bit about where you're from and how you chose to come to study abroad at the American University of Rome?
Okay, I'm from India, and I did I finished my bachelor's degree in literature, but I wasn't very happy with my entire educational experience, and I wanted a little more, and I wanted to go abroad and study. So I chose to do an independent semester in Rome at AUR because of the art history course that they offer.
Wonderful. And how have you found that art history course?
It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant, and if I could, I would stay. I'm hoping to transfer over.
Wonderful. Okay. What do you like most about the course that you're taking currently?
Well, Alex already spoke about it, but
Oh,
it's the
yes.
on-site. It's the same class, and it's the on-site experience of it all. It's one thing to stay home and study something, but it's another thing to be there. You don't quite ever forget what you learned once you've seen it. So
Wonderful.
it stays with you.
Great.
Sorry, my may interrupt for a second. Michael, yes, we have a minimum of 45 credits that you need to take here at AUR in order to graduate from AUR, and 50% of your core courses must also be taken in-house. So we usually say from 1.5 years to 2 years. Thank you for your question.
All right.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. So, what's one piece of advice that you can give for students who want to study abroad?
Study abroad or study in Rome?
Both.
Both? Okay, for studying abroad, you're going to miss home a little bit, so make sure you bring something that reminds you of home, like food, like Alex said, food. We all brought food, and something that makes you feel closer to home when you miss it.
What did you bring? Food? You brought food?
I brought a lot of food. I brought things that I could cook with that reminded me of home.
Okay.
That's good.
All right.
Okay.
Have you participated in any of the weekend or class trips?
I have. We went to Sperlunga for our Arts of Antiquities class, and I think it was a gorgeous side of Italy that I'd never seen before because I've traveled in Italy before. But Sperlunga was beautiful, and it sort of takes you back in time because it's where the cave of Emperor Tiberius is, and it really it was brilliant.
Great.
I have a question. Had you ever been to Rome before coming here?
Yes, I had.
Okay, so you were already familiar with the city a little
I
bit?
was familiar with the city a little bit, but it wasn't enough. It's never enough. You always need more time in Rome.
Okay.
So what's the difference between traveling for a week or a weekend in Rome compared to living here for a whole semester?
When you travel to Rome, you're a little suffocated with everything there is to see. There's so much to see, there's so little time, and you really don't understand the culture the way you do when you live here.
Right.
When you live here, you live with the people, and you learn the language, and you become a part of the Roman way of life, and it's nowhere near what you experience on a holiday. It's very honeymoonish on a holiday, whereas it's very real when you live here, and it enhances you as a person, I think.
Wonderful.
We just had a request to repeat the answer for using transfer credits. Is there a minimum amount of credits that have to be taken to receive a BS or BA degree through AUR?
Okay. Yes, you need to take at least 45 credits on campus here at AUR and 50% of your major core requirements. So usually it takes a transfer student a year and a half or 2 years to graduate. I hope that was clearer.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Adrian.
Do you want to ask a question?
Sure. How did you find the application process?
Very easy. It was great.
You have to
No,
say
I'm
that
very
you're coming
serious.
to admission.
No, I'm very serious because I applied to a lot of other universities, and it was the easiest at AUR because Nahi and Melissa, and I'm serious here. I'm very serious. It's not because you're here. They really take you through the process. It's so easy, and they have a Skype chat, and they talk to you when you need to. Everything's very efficient. Everything's on the website, so it's quite easy, to be honest. Like I was done before I knew it, and I was on my way to Rome.
Yeah, and we help you with the visa process as well.
With
I
the
remember
visa
writing your
process.
letters for you.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're always here to help students. It's the most important part of our job, and I think it's the part that we really like doing the best. So, students are always welcome to call us or to email us, or we can call them.
Actually, AUR is the funnest interview I gave.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Aw. I think we have a question for you, Israel.
What has been your favorite on-site location so far?
Oh, that's a very.
It's Professor Ellen.
Okay. My favorite on-site location so far is Perlonga. Perlonga was my
Yeah, you
favorite
already
on-site
mentioned a little
location. But also, I think everything we've done in Renaissance and Baroque. Everything we've done in Renaissance and Baroque. St. Peter's. St. Peter's was a fun one. They're endless. Yeah. You should take the class.
All right, always just a reminder, if you have any questions, you can also ask them in either of our chat windows on College Week Live International or on College Week Live, and I'll always happily pass them on. All right, that's all that.
Thanks, Adrian.
So do you want to tell us a little bit about what it's like living in AUR housing?
It's actually really fun because usually in universities you live in halls where there are only students, but AUR apartments are in housing is in localities of Rome where there are different more families, so you get to interact with your neighbors. And actually, every Sunday morning I get up and I just hang around my balcony and watch people go around their daily affairs. It's very nice. We actually have a guy on an accordion who turns up every Tuesday morning outside.
Really?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, that's a very nice way to start your day.
It's pretty nice. It's really nice. I would pay him €1 for it, but yeah.
You can't do that every Tuesday.
You can't do that.
Okay. Have you made any good friends here?
I have. I've made some very good friends here, and they're from all across. There's one from China, and one from the States, and one from England. So I've added on to my travel list. I need to go a lot more places now.
What do you think you will do when you're finished with your semester here at AUR?
I'm going to try and come back.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm going to probably work for a bit and try and make my way back to actually finish a degree in art history.
That'd be wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we look forward to seeing your application, Israel.
I look forward to you accepting it.
All right,
Okay.
another question from Michael.
Yeah.
Being an American, is it a long process or difficult to get a student visa?
Okay. Well, Nohaya, do you want to answer that one since you went through the process?
Sure, absolutely. So I first came to AUR 7 years ago on a student visa. I'm American, and the visa process is really quite simple because AUR will actually send you the visa letter through the DHL, and you get that about 2-3 days after you have been accepted. And then you go to your consulate, your local consulate. So it depends on where you are, Michael. You can Google that online, your closest Italian consulate, and then you go there with your passport, with the letters, and then you get a student visa. Then once you arrive to Rome, AUR actually organizes a huge bus for you all to go to the immigration office, and we walk you through the whole process. We want to make sure that you guys have everything you need to do this, so it's really, really hassle-free.
We have another question from Sharif asking, what grade am I required to obtain if I'm an IB student to be eligible for a scholarship?
You need to have a minimum average of 5.5.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome. I see that Juan is also asking, do you have any career for video game design? Unfortunately, we do not.
Although that would be great.
That would be very, very good. Unfortunately, we don't. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So
Are there any
is
more
there-
questions? No.
No more questions for the moment, but I'll tell you if any come in.
Thank you.
Thanks. Do you have anything else you want to add before we move on?
Yes, if you're coming to Rome, bring sneakers. Bring sneakers because there's a lot of walking. It's fun, but there's a lot of walking, and if you're a girl, do not bring your heels at all. You may think you can walk in them, but you can't.
It's actually really true.
Yeah, it is.
Did you have to buy a pair of sneakers when you got here?
I had to buy a pair of flats, yeah.
Okay.
I did. Yeah, so bring one you're really comfortable in because you don't want to waste any time in Rome searching for sneakers.
Great.
Well, thanks, Israel. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Hi, Kareem. Welcome.
Hi, Kareem.
He's going to pop on video right now. There
Yes,
we are.
there he is.
Thanks for joining us.
No problem, it's a pleasure.
Why don't you tell us where you're from?
I'm from Egypt, but I actually lived my first 6 years here in Italy, and that is also why one of the main reasons why I joined here, AUR, because excuse me,
Sorry.
I wanted to come back to Italy because it's a beautiful city, Rome is a beautiful city, so AUR was definitely my first option.
Okay. So did you already speak Italian when you moved back here
Yeah.
for university?
I did.
Okay.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah, that is definitely an
I
advantage.
know.
Some of us, the Americans in here, are not that fortunate. However, I will tell you there are classes so you can learn Italian, and where there's a will, there's a way. You know, if you really want to learn it, you can learn it. Lucky guy. So, what do you like most about being in Rome and actually studying in Rome?
Well, I think the best thing about Rome and studying here is definitely being in contact with so much culture, because you get to learn pretty much everything about Rome just walking around and seeing the sights everywhere pretty much, and you get a feel about how it is to live here, just walking a few blocks away.
And what are you studying?
I'm a comm major.
Okay, communications.
Yes.
And what's your standing? Are you junior or senior?
Junior.
You're a junior. Okay.
So what is your favorite class so far?
So far, I think my favorite class has to be sports and society, which doesn't, it's not in the comm department, but I think that's one of the many reasons why AUR is fantastic, because there's a lot of diversity through the courses, and sports and society was great because it opened your mind on how sports can affect societies through the world, so I think it was a great opportunity.
Can you explain that course a little bit? Because it sounds like really interesting, but I don't even know what do you guys study?
Well, we study pretty much time period from around all these different countries, and we study the rise of the most important sports there and how they affect political and cultural issues in each country. So we studied, let's say, Spain, for example, through the Franco regime, and how Franco himself used Real Madrid to empower his propaganda and his regime. So, I mean, that class definitely was eye-opening because it teaches you a lot of things you don't get to see, you know, some undercover stuff.
Wow, that sounds really interesting. Fun. Okay, I think we have a question.
Yes, we do. From Michael again. Hi, Mike. We have, the question is, how has anybody on the staff ever dealt with students utilizing American GI Bill benefits for veterans?
Yes, we have, and we do use it, right? You can use your GI
Absolutely.
Bill benefits for
Absolutely.
financial aid. You can.
There we are. In fact, we used to also have a veterans club. I don't know if it's still active today because I'm a staff member, but I'm sure it's around somewhere. Thank you.
Speaking about clubs and activities, are you part of any of the clubs or?
I was part in the soccer program, but I couldn't do it this year because of I had to study hard this
Good,
semester.
focusing on your
Yes.
studies. Okay.
But the soccer program in AUR is fantastic because you get to meet a lot of people while doing sports activities, and starting from next semester we get to free membership for the residents for
At the
at the gym. So
Yeah, that's great.
that's also very beneficial.
Wonderful.
Going back to your classes. Where are all your professors from?
All around the world. We have English, we have American, obviously, Italian, Hungarian. So just it just shows how much diversity there is in the university, not only in terms of students, but also in terms of professors, which is great, I feel.
Absolutely. Okay. Now, what is your favorite thing about Rome? What could you not live without?
The food, pizza.
Food is a popular
Absolutely, I agree. Food is
Pizza's
my favorite.
fantastic. Gelato, obviously, ice cream. What else? I don't know. I mean, I'm a food enthusiast, so
So food.
it's a food, yes.
Do you get to go to any of the sports games?
I do. There isn't. Well, I support Juve, which is from Torino.
Oh my
What?
God. No.
Terrible.
No, I can't believe you said that.
So
We're Rome supporters.
Yes. We
Sorry.
live in Rome.
Yes. It's okay, we'll forgive you.
So I'll have to wait a little to go and see my Juve
Okay.
against Rome.
Okay, but that's one of the great things about living in Rome, right? You can hop on a train and be in Torino in a couple hours.
Yep.
If you really want.
4 to be exact. 4 hours.
4 hours.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, not only Torino, there's also Milan.
Of course.
Tuscany.
You can even go to Naples.
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 I mean, Italy is beautiful, and I think Rome is the heart of Italy, and it's definitely a great experience to start here and then branch out, go all these different places in Italy.
I have one question. Sorry, you're just thinking here. So you lived here until the age of 6
Yes.
in Rome, and then you moved to Egypt.
I moved back to
You
Egypt.
moved back to Egypt with your family.
Yes.
And then did you move back here with your family for college, or did you move back alone?
Well, my dad works here, so I moved back, but my sister had her last year, her senior year in high school.
Okay.
So after she was done with that, they all came, my mom and my sister
Okay.
came back to here.
Was your transition back to Rome difficult at the age of 18 when you were back from when you were
I
6?
I mean, obviously Rome changes throughout time, but no, it wasn't really difficult because Rome is a very easygoing city. Once you get used to how things are going on here, it's just really easy and becomes just like home, basically.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Have
Rome
you,
is home.
Rome is home.
Right.
Is your home away from home?
Yeah. So how have you, really integrated into AUR society? You've created your own community here. Do you think that was pretty easy? I mean, talking about Rome being home, AUR is also home,
Definitely. It's very easy to just make friends with basically anyone. You can just go stay in the garden and just talk about classes or the clubs or the programs or trips that we've been or something. So it's very easy. People are very outgoing. I think that is probably why I really enjoy staying at AUR because people just come by every semester, new faces, but it still stays the same. It's very easy to talk with everyone. It's just easy to meet friends and meet new people.
Wonderful. Questions?
We have one question here.
Okay, great.
Are courses taught in Italian?
Okay.
Only Italian.
Only Italian language courses are taught in Italian. Everything else is taught entirely in English because we're an entirely American university.
Yeah, great
Thank
question.
you for your question.
Well, Kareem, do you have anything else you want to say?
Well, definitely come to Rome and come visit us. It's a great city and you'll have a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. You can always come visit us. We'll always welcome you to sit down in class, to talk
Tour
with
the campus.
students, tour the campus.
Talk with a professor.
Yep. Absolutely. The campus is always open. All you have to do is send us an email to admissions@aur.edu, and we're happy to set that up for you. So thanks so much for being here today. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
you taking the time.
Cheers. So for all of those that are just joining us, we are in the middle of our College Week Live chat. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and we will do our best to answer.
And my name is Nohea. I'm an admissions counselor here at AUR. I'm American. I'm originally from Honolulu, Hawaii. I graduated from AUR 2 years ago with Melissa Abraham. I studied business and Melissa studied international relations.
Yes.
And I am the voice behind the computer. I'm Adrian. I'm a Canadian. I came here, I studied international relations and global politics, just like Melissa. And I am happy to relay any questions you might have to our wonderful, awesome panel of people. For instance, this one. Do you offer scholarships for international students?
Okay, yes, we do. We offer scholarships for all students. We have scholarships based on merit. You need a GPA of 3.3 in order to qualify, and a 3.4, 3.5. We have three different categories. A 3.3 will give you 3,000 euros a year, a 3.4 will give you 4,000 euros a year, and a 3.5 will give you 5,500 euros. In addition, we have other scholarships that you do need to apply for, either based on need, cultural diversity, or hardship, which is always based on need. All of our scholarships are completely renewable each semester as long as students maintain the required GPA of 3.3. I hope that answers your question. Would you like to add anything?
Just wanted to mention Terry Kirk Scholarship as well, which
That's
is for
true.
art history students, and
The Michelangelo Scholarship, which is for fine arts students.
Yep.
Absolutely.
so we'll welcome our next international student, Monica. Welcome, Monica.
Hello.
Hi.
And Monica, I know you have an interesting story.
Yeah.
Which one?
There you go.
So why don't you start by telling us a little bit about you, where you're from, and how you came to study at the American University of Rome.
Okay, my name is Monica, and I am 100% European.
That's a
a
good
good
answer.
answer.
That's a very good answer.
I mean, you can't get more European. Well, long story short, I'm born in Denmark, raised most of my life in Russia, but I'm Latvian by blood. Half Latvian, half Polish. I mean, it really gets, crazy about that. Yeah. So I was in the International School of Latvia when I completed my high school years, and I took the IB program. And when I was searching for colleges to apply to, I wanted to stay in Europe. So naturally I looked at England and the Netherlands and France. And then I remember one of my best friends had gone to Rome because she graduated before me, and she looked at AUR. And once I looked at it right afterwards on the website, I thought it was incredible, and I decided to apply. And I'm not kidding, the application process was so much more fun than all the other ones. That's the main reason why I came here. Also because I've never been to Rome before. I've been to Italy, just not Rome. And I thought that would be a great spontaneous decision to make.
It was definitely very brave of you to just come to Rome just like that.
I knew it wouldn't be horrible, you know. Of course. I mean, I think that it might have been hard or something, but it wasn't really. It was very easy to fit in, and I love the American community and American people, and that's what I really enjoyed about this university so far.
So you didn't speak any Italian before you came here?
No Italian whatsoever.
And you came here 2 years ago?
Yes, so this is my second year now.
Okay.
So I came
About a year ago.
Yeah.
And how is your Italian now?
It's gotten a lot better because I took the elementary Italian course in my first semester, and I liked it so much that now I'm going to take the intermediate and then eventually the advanced, because I just think Italian is overall a beautiful language, and it's important to know because I might even continue living here or continue my studies here in Rome.
Okay.
Speaking of languages, how many
Yeah,
languages do you
exactly.
speak again? So all us Americans can be infinitely jealous.
Well, not including Italian, of course. I speak 5 fluent languages.
So English.
So that would be English, Russian, and Latvian. Then I learned Danish and French.
Okay.
And
Oh, wow.
now Italian, hopefully, will be
Hopefully.
pretty strong.
Wonderful. Bravo. Bravo.
Yeah, very good.
All right, so I've also got another question here. I guess I can just aim this straight at Monica. What is it like being at university in Rome?
There you go.
Well,
I guess we'll have to go broadly.
Yeah.
being in a university in Rome, well, it really has a lot of connections and possibilities to everything, especially if you are an art enthusiast, for instance. You get all these wonderful opportunities for museums and just on-site amazing locations. That's one of the great things also about this university is all of the on-site locations. I have gone to places that at first I thought, yes, I will eventually go to, but the class makes you go there and it's so worth it, and then you get to write about it and you just do extra research, and I find that very thrilling. But otherwise in Rome, it's a great place to experience university life, in my opinion. I mean, I have nothing to compare to, but I know that from what I heard and seen, it's a very unique experience, and you definitely won't get anything like this anywhere else, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Rome is a wonderful city, and anywhere, especially, you know, we're a really small school. There's about 500 students, so you get to know everybody. Class sizes are really small, which means you get to know your professor. If you have a question, you can raise your hand, he'll know your name. And the professors are always there to help you.
That's true.
All right, I'm going to aim this one here at a couple of our admissions people. Hello.
Okay.
Could you tell us more about the process to gain a scholarship, now that we've found out what scholarships are available and what you need to have for them?
Thanks, Adrian. So the merit-based scholarships, students do not have to submit an application for. They're awarded at the time of admission based on your academic performance. The other scholarships you need to submit an application to, and there are various requirements depending on the different applications. And you should do that as soon as you receive your acceptance, that the financial aid can process it and eventually, you know, award you a scholarship.
And when you're asking for your letters of recommendation for your scholarship, make sure that you ask a person who can really write you a concise and clear letter specifically for that scholarship. Because our scholarship committee is looking for why you're the best candidate. Why should we give you that scholarship over someone else? So make sure that you ask your recommendee to write that and be clear in their letter.
And just to add one last thing, unfortunately, the American University of Rome does not award full scholarships to any student. So even though you may be awarded an amount per year or per semester, you will have to pay a bit of tuition because we just don't award full scholarships. We apologize for that. Okay.
So scholarships are one way that you can bring down your tuition. Another way, which Monica knows, is being a student assistant and working for the university. You can be a student assistant and work for the university, which will help bring down your tuition a little bit after your first semester here at AUR, and you must have a minimum GPA of 2.7. So Monica, why don't you tell us a little bit about being the student assistant for enrollment services?
Sure.
And remember, your bosses are in the office.
Yes, my wonderful bosses. First, I want to mention that AUR every semester gives the opportunity to become a student assistant in various different departments, like fine arts, for example, and the business. And then there was an opening in the admission student assistant department.
There you go.
And I was really eager to work there because one of the most exciting things for me is meeting new people. And of course, being part of the enrollment service, you get to do that quite frequently. And then you learn, you know, the standard things like different countries where people come from, languages, and just make new friends. And so far it has been very exciting to work with you guys. I'm really grateful, and it's just a wonderful opportunity for me to get a lot of skills up and running.
Exactly, it's something to add to your CV when you graduate. It gives you
Exactly.
work experience, not only financial, you know, assistance, but also work experience, which is very
Yes.
important.
And it's just fun, so.
Speaking of work experience, I know that you only came here a year ago, so you probably haven't yet, but you know that we do have internship opportunities here at AUR. Have you thought about maybe doing an
Oh, of
internship while
course.
you're here?
Yeah, I definitely want to find something in my field of interest. I major in communications right now, and I minor in film. So any internship that has to do with that would be really exciting. One of our professors here, Professor Sonnabend, who's part of the business department, he has classes that talk about making the right interview or resume, and it's really beneficial to go to those classes because then once you actually get an interview, you know how to be prepared and you have a very strong CV. And I attended those classes and I definitely learned a lot, and now I'm just really excited for the time and opportunity to apply for the internship.
Good, great, very good. What is your favorite thing about Rome? And you cannot say food, I'm sorry.
Besides food.
Besides food.
Honestly, the people are incredible. Every time I arrive at the airport in Rome, I'm always greeted by, well, first of all, everyone that I don't know, because there's just strangers all around me. But everyone seems just so happy and so welcoming, and it's something really new in my life, unfortunately, but now I can see Rome as my home. And of course, it might seem strange, coming where I come from, to call Italy my home, a country I have no association with, but that's how it turned out to be. And it's just really exciting always to come here and get back to the apartment that you got so used to, and seeing all your friends and going out in the town, and because everyone's so lovely and everyone's so easygoing, and the atmosphere is just incredible. It really is.
Yeah, that's a very good answer. Do we have a question?
Yes, we do. This one is from Yasir. Hi, my name is Yasir. My IELTS score is 5.5. Tell me, is it enough to apply to your university?
Hi, Yasir, nice to meet you. Unfortunately, we require a minimum score of 6.0 on the IELTS examination. So I suggest you study a little bit harder, you work a little bit harder, take the exam again, and then submit an application to our university.
But thank you very much for your question.
And you can always apply, if you'd like, to the intensive English language program that we do offer. You can find that on our website. That program lasts for a semester, and that will help you improve your English in order to apply as a first-time or transfer student to the American University of Rome.
Monica, what is one piece of advice that you would give for students that are about to arrive to AUR?
Well, if you, I don't know. Well, for me, it was a lot of firsts. First time in college, first time in Rome, first time in a more American place, because, being in Russia and Latvia is not too American. Come with an open mind, be ready to experience a lot of new things, and be ready to just go to a lot of new places and meet a lot of new people. And it might be overwhelming at first, but it's going to be really exciting. And even though you might feel a little nostalgic about your home country, it's a really great place to just live in the moment and forget about everything and just have fun here, get some great memories, photos, food, and just have this as a great story to come back to in the future, or just come back in the future.
Do you travel often on the weekends?
For example, as a student previously mentioned, there was a Vienna trip, the 1 credit course that AUR offers. And otherwise, I like to visit Nice, which is southern France. I think it's just another great, wonderful, warm city. Of course, I go back to my home country, Riga, Latvia, the capital city is Riga, every now and then.
Is that where your family is?
That's where half of my family is. The other half is in Moscow.
Okay.
And otherwise, I just like going to new places, and what's really great here is everyone's so enthusiastic to try new things. So we would just hop on the first train and go to whatever destination it is without really caring, and then just arrive there and be surprised and overwhelmed with everything in a really happy way. So,
good.
Okay, I have a question here.
Okay.
Could you tell us more about the degrees or how many degrees are offered and the programs?
Okay. We offer 10 degrees. We offer a degree in communication, film and digital media, religious studies, fine arts, international relations and global politics, business administration, art history, archaeology and classics, and interdisciplinary studies.
Well done.
Thank you. We offer also a number of minors, which I can't list them right now because they're
There are too
double the
many.
amount, I think. So yeah, we offer liberal arts programs.
All right. Thank you very much.
Sure. Do we have any other questions for Monica?
I don't think so. Is there anything else that you'd like to say before we leave?
I would just like to say that this is a wonderful opportunity here, whether you're coming as study abroad or resident. I know that every one of my friends have left with positive memories, and it's just a really great experience. If you get the chance, take it.
Great. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thanks,
today.
guys.
All right. Thank you.
So we'd like to welcome our next guest, Evelyn, who is coming from the United States, which
Hello,
is
hello.
still international because we are in Rome after all.
Mm-hmm.
So welcome.
Thank you. Hello, everybody.
What part of the U.S. are you from?
I'm from Middlebury, Vermont. Just the town, not the college. I just grew up there. It's a question I get asked a lot, but I just grew up there. And yeah.
And when did you come to AUR?
I came, it's kind of a story. I came for my freshman year, but I personally had a little bit of issue because I was too young to get a visa, so I actually came the second semester.
Okay.
But I did come as a first year student in my freshman year, so I've been here for 2 years now.
2 years?
Yeah.
Okay. And was it the first time leaving the United States?
No.
No,
I had
okay.
visited Rome twice before, but I'd only been to Rome and Canada because it's 2 hours away. I don't count Canada.
I'm celebrating behind the scenes.
But yeah, Rome was the only place I had been to outside the U.S. and it was my third time.
Right.
So.
Wow. So there was something drawing you to the city.
Yeah, I studied Latin in high school, and I knew I had wanted to do archaeology. I originally had an interest in ancient Egypt, but then after taking Latin and after coming to Rome and just seeing everything it had, I definitely decided that I wanted to go here.
So your major is archaeology?
Yeah, my major is archaeology and classics, concentration in cultural heritage, and minoring in art history and Latin. So I have a whole range of things and subjects to study. So, but it's nice because the way that the credits work, I have the opportunity actually to fit both a concentration and at least 2 minors, and I think I could have fit a 3rd minor, but I chose not to.
Gotta be able to take some fun classes.
Yeah, there's a lot of room though if you want to study a specific subject. It's nice that I can focus my attention. So it was nice to add all those extra minors.
Great. What's one of your favorite classes that you've taken so far?
I was actually going to say sports and society.
But sounds like a fun class. I think you might have to go take that.
In terms of closer to my major and my field, I guess the methods and theories of art history and the cultural heritage management have been some of my favorite classes.
I actually took cultural heritage management too when I was doing art history, and I loved that class.
It was a bit difficult to get used to because it's so different, but I did, once we've gotten into it, I really like thinking about it and hoping to kind of use it for my thesis, so it's been helpful in thinking about modern archaeology rather than the history.
Yeah. And it really focuses, for those of you who haven't taken the class, focuses on the sites. So the class is called Management of Cultural Heritage, and they focus on managing large sites such as how do you manage the Colosseum, right? How do you manage large open air sites? In Rome, we have the Colosseum, but also, what are the other ones that you focus on?
We did a special project on Villa Borghese and talking about historic gardens and how to deal with conserving them, but also something that might be interesting for those of you who are studying and want to come for archaeology actually is this semester we have a deal with ICROM, which is the conservation organization of UNESCO, and we are actually going to be presenting our final cultural heritage management plan, which will be of an area of Rome. We're going to present it to them, and they pushed for us to do it, so they want AUR to come help them.
Oh, that's
Nice.
great.
So in terms of opportunity that the school has, it's actually a really great one because we're coming up with a real heritage management plan
Absolutely.
and presenting it to people who could use it. So.
And does that work as like a final assessment, or?
Yeah, it'll be graded by the teacher first, but then we get to present it to the staff of ICOM, and they'll ask us questions.
Sure.
There may be a possibility they might be interested in
Right.
it because they are looking for ideas of how to regenerate the
Mhm.
Trastevere area and
Right.
the Puerto Cortese area of Rome. So
Oh, that's very interesting.
Wonderful.
it'll be a good opportunity.
What's your favorite thing about the city?
My favorite thing about Rome is I really love that when I originally came here, I thought, oh yeah, Italy, Italian culture, and that was great already in itself. But then when I came here, I actually found that I was exposed to a lot more than just Italian culture, and I've been able to hear the bus ride to school in the morning. I'll hear at least 6 different languages, and so I learn a lot more about all different cultures rather than just Italian. And I also love that Rome doesn't have a set time period, even though you think it might just be ancient Rome. There's actually a vast span of times that the Baroque and the Renaissance, and it's all available at any time you want to. So to go visit, you can see whatever you'd like and whatever time period interests you. And I found that the diversity of the city has been really helpful and nice and good to see.
Yeah, I actually got goosebumps with that
Yeah.
answer.
Excellent point, though. You know, what you bring up is that a lot of times you think, oh, well, Rome is Italians. Rome is Italians, but it's also a huge melting pot. There are people from all over. I mean, in class, you probably have students from Egypt, students from South America, students from
Well, just in this room
Europe.
right now, we have Canada, Egypt, Europe, South America, U.S. You know, we have like different continents here. Right?
Yeah, and it's actually, I mean, especially for me, Vermont. We have a refugee center, but we're not a very diverse state, and so coming to Italy and meeting like Italians, but also meeting Monica, who is from all these different countries, and then meeting a lot of Middle Eastern students and students from the Balkans, which I had never thought of before I came to AUR, and it's just been great because, like I said, there's so many countries that I didn't even think of to know anything about, and then I meet somebody from there, and I learn all this different stories.
All this different world of
Yeah,
diversity that you had no
and
idea of.
It's really great. It's also great, the students, and also the people you meet in Rome, will always tell you their opinion of whatever political thing is going on in their country, and it's never what you'd expect it to be, and so it's always great to see this whole different viewpoint of the world. So.
One more quick question.
Sure.
Speaking of countries, how many nationalities roughly are represented at AUR in any given year?
Wow. When we graduated, it was 44.
Our graduating class had 44 nationalities, but on campus in semesters, it's more than 45. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
So yeah, that's a lot of nationalities.
There were how many kids when we graduated? 60.
No, 40 something. 40, I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Around 50.
Yeah.
Around 50 students graduated.
So
And
very
it was
diverse.
with bigger classes.
Very, very diverse.
Yeah, very, very diverse.
All right.
So, is there anything else that you want to say before we wrap up?
I mean, I think some of the students have said it before, but I'd also say definitely come with an open mind, because I think people sometimes have an idea of just food and other specific things that define Italy, and I think you should really keep open with what you think Italy is, but also know that you're going to meet a lot of people from different areas, and so stay open to learn their story and learn about the countries they're from, because they have a lot to teach, and I think the most you can learn actually at this university and coming to Rome is not just from the classes, but also from making friends and all the things they have to tell you. So,
It's an excellent point.
absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks for joining
Well,
us.
thanks, Evelyn. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's all for today. So we'd like to thank you all for visiting us. We're going to take the last couple of questions.
If there are any.
All right. Could anybody please talk about student government or the soccer programs?
Okay. Adrian, I think you're the perfect person for that.
Oh, okay.
Well, I can talk a little bit about student government.
Perfect.
I was on student government for the last 2 years when I was here at the American University of Rome. I was the nonprofit chair, and I organized graffiti cleanups. We did a fundraiser called Change for Change, where we asked students for their loose change, and then we would actually use that money, that change, to go out and clean up graffiti in the city. We did that in conjunction with the mayor. It was lovely, a great, huge turnout, with Retake Roma, and with the American Overseas School of Rome, which is a high school located here in Rome. The student government really gets involved. They do all kinds of activities. There was just a huge event for Halloween, and they really try to get the students out into the Italian community. So something that I think every student should do while they're here.
Yep.
And Adrian, you want to talk about soccer since you were on the soccer team?
Yes, I suppose. I was a substitute player for about 3 years on the Wolves. The AUR has 3 varsity teams as of this year, but previously we just had 2. We had the She-Wolves and the Wolves, both soccer teams, who we play against other Italian and local universities. They've been playing for almost 10 years now, and in general it's just a really good kind of time, I suppose. It's your typical university sport league. I don't really know how much to describe it other than that it's absolutely fantastic. We play every Wednesday, and both the girls and guys. We've also welcomed the volleyball team to our roster this year, and yeah, go Wolves.
So do you play against, I'm not sure, so do you play against other universities here in
Yes, absolutely, 100%. We play against other universities. Depending on the year, usually there's about 10 teams in the guys league and about 6 in the girls, including actually just about any university here in Rome. There's a number of them. There's almost a dozen.
Yeah.
But we're the best.
Italian teams. Yeah.
Sorry,
Great
from
way.
the disembodied voice.
Right.
Thanks, Adrian.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
All
Is there
right.
any other questions before we wrap up here?
Not that I can see.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for joining us today. And remember, if you have any additional questions, please email us at admissions@aur.edu or log on to College Week Live on our chat hours. You'll be talking to either me, Nohea, or Adrian.
Hello.
Great. Thanks so much again, everybody, and we hope to
Receive all of your applications.
All right.
Great.
Cheers. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye. Ciao.